Hello and welcome to the Death Battle cast. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the voice of Wiz in Death Battle. And this time it's just me. Nobody else, just me. I'm going to be talking to you guys one-on-one. Just been doing a real heart-to-heart,
Lies!
being really... Oh, no. Crap. They're still here.
I wanted to see how
Chad
long
is
that would
here.
go.
What's the boomstick?
I let him have his
And
moment.
we got Liam and we got Josh.
Hello.
I was wondering.
I wasn't going to
how
eat my beard conditioner. That's not what I was doing. I wasn't doing that at all. I was going to apply it to my face like I just did. I wasn't eating it.
Someone just
not-
make a
it's not-
compilation of just the most unrelated, off-the-wall, weird shit Liam says for the first time at the beginning of the podcast.
I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
That's not weird to not eat beard conditioner. It's weird to eat beard conditioner, Chad. So actually, it's a cell phone.
You got me.
Okay,
everybody.
well,
Or
we're
were
not
you
going
just
to talk about
conditioning
Liam
me?
eating beard conditioner.
Yeah.
I
Doing
don't.
it.
What?
Good, because I'm not doing
okay.
that. It's
I'm
not
lost.
happening. Not happening.
The good news is that I am going to be competing against Liam in today's community death battle, and clearly he's not all here today. So I'll be all right. Like, if he's eating beard conditioner, I mean, I feel like my odds.
I'm
are
not
pretty
doing
good.
that.
Yeah.
We actually established that I'm not doing that.
He
I
said
said
that
very
1,000
clearly.
times.
If Liam is 100% confirmed eating beard conditioner right now,
That's just what
Yeah.
someone who is eating beard conditioner would say.
Someone-
Very suspicious.
Yeah, well, this is just a bad day.
well,
But it's a good-
about to
but it's
get
a good day
even
to play
worse,
Tekken.
Liam, as today we are pitting two super cool, but not really evil dudes who really want to be cool, who
CEOs.
own businesses against each other, and they like
This is
dressing up
umbrella.
with black leather. That's right. We're talking about Albert Wesker and Kazuya Mishima. This is a death battle request we've seen since I think the beginning of the show. It's
Super
been
old.
Yeah, this is a classic request that we haven't actually done in a death battle, and I'm very curious to see why that is.
Will we find out?
Dude,
Maybe we'll find out, or maybe we'll find out that we should be doing it as a death battle.
man, I'll tell you what, and I know our animation team would kill it no matter what, but if it was like fights to be like, man, it'd be great to get Torian back for this one. Like this fight right here would be so
Yeah,
dope.
100%. This is
True.
more Torian than Ryu versus Jin. Like I feel spiritually,
Mhm.
I guess.
I think that both Wesker and Kazuya are both like such perfect characters to bring onto Death Battle because they have they're like tons of choreography potential. They're super fucking cool. Their stories are awesome. They're very, very funny, like in a weird kind of like video gamey way that you can like point out in the host script of a death battle. They're kind of perfect for the show. So yeah,
They're
yeah,
so
that's-
memeable. They're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
memeable. It is hilarious how
Mhm.
they really, really try to be badass, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
just can't help but laugh.
And they do incredible, terrible things, but
They
yet
are
you're-
incredibly
Commit
powerful, and
genocide.
incredibly evil,
Yeah.
Millions
and
are
really
dead. Yeah.
fucked up. But yeah,
Yep.
they're also incredibly funny to watch,
Oscar is
like
such a
flounder
cop,
around.
Joe Perry with the super chat. Any news about season 11? Not yet, but we're working on it. So,
Yeah, that is
thank
the
you.
news. The news is we are working on it.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked a little bit about it, so I can kind of reiterate what's generally known, which is we believe it's probably going to start a little bit later than some past seasons, kind of like the last year did. The last year kind of started a little bit later, and then we didn't have the midseason break. So, assuming it works out the same way, that probably means there's no midseason break for this next upcoming season, but we'll see. But either way, it's going to be happening a little bit later in the year, and we have a bunch of other stuff coming up that's planned throughout the year leading up to that. We haven't actually really talked about this, but we just did start re-releasing some of the older fights on the
Oh, yeah.
YouTube channel.
Mhm.
So we're just calling it just the fights. We figure if you want to just jump onto the channel and get some cool fights real quick, that's going to be your go-to for it. Basically, the idea is you just click on that playlist or any fight on that playlist, and you can just let it play a few fights. And hell, just click shuffle and see what it gives you. By the time we have over almost 200 fights that we can put in this playlist, right? So eventually, it's going to be this massive playlist where you can just like I don't know.
And people should start like
Get some
creating
random
mixes
thing.
and sharing
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like,
exactly.
this order is the best.
And then, but also great for like the background of a party. It's just, just
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's something we've talked about doing before, but now it's happening. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So you can go check out just the fights. At the moment, we are doing that once every week, and we're actually releasing that on weekends. So I'm actually very curious to hear from you guys what you think about that, because we have mentioned this before. We are talking about potentially releasing the next season of Death Battle on weekends rather than the usual Monday. If that's something you would prefer, let us know. If maybe you think you'll have an easier time, checking out the live premiere or something like that. Yeah, would love to know your thoughts on that. So just let us know in the chat or in the comments below, or send it to our Twitter or whatnot. Yeah, would love to hear from you guys about that.
Yeah.
And also, thank you to all the champions who are in right now watching this live, which is great. We do this live every single Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central. And you guys are going to get to vote on who wins between Wesker and Kazuya. So let's get into that. I am going to be repping Wesker. Liam is going to be repping Kazuya. Liam, you've been playing Tekken, right?
I have been playing Tekken. I was actually just playing Tekken like an hour ago. I was doing a little bit of online. I'm muddling my way through green ranks. This is the first time I'm giving it a good college try to play online Tekken. But it's a lot of fun. I love Tekken. I'm playing Jin right now because they made him way more approachable. He's very, very hard to play in previous games. Much easier.
Louis 2 Rolling Stock in response to the weekend ideas. Yes, please, I'm begging you. All okay, maybe that's all the answer we needed.
Oh man,
Noted.
Somebody got an all caps through. Normally the mods delete those instantly. So way to go. You not only got it through, you got it read. Way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't. Okay. So setting a ground rule here, because I do see a few people saying this in the chat. Do you need to spoil anything about Tekken 8 to talk about this?
Do I need to? No, not really.
Nope. Okay.
I mean,
Good.
is anyone against like arcade mode endings being brought up, or is like, because I don't want to bring up anything from like the end.
So
of the
there's a
story
different
mode.
story in arcade mode. I think arcade mode's probably fine.
And they released
assuming
a
that
demo
doesn't
back...
like tie into the story, right?
No, they released a demo also in December that has like cutscenes from like the beginning portion of the story mode. So I had a couple of things from that, but it doesn't spoil anything for like the rest of the story. It's just sort of like
so we will generally avoid Tekken 8 story spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Also,
nothing from the end. I'm not going to mention any end stuff.
Harrison with a $20 super chat requests that the next Just Fight we post be Kirby versus Boo. You want to see the world burn, don't you?
Wow, that's an old school one.
I love Kirby versus Boo.
Kirby versus Boo is super fun.
I think Kirby versus Boo. This is a like low key opinion right now, and I could be wrong if I look at a full episode list. I think that's the best death battle matchup. I think if you wanted to like pitch the show to somebody, you would show them Kirby versus Boo as an example of what the show's entire identity is. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like Dragon Ball character,
Dash, man.
yeah, cutesy like video game character who's actually super powerful. You get into like actual feats that they both do. It isn't like all just scaling stuff. And you immediately get the connection when you look at it if you know both characters. I think it's like kind of a representative of the show as a whole, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the matchup for sure. I don't know if the episode itself is, but yeah, I think that's a very good matchup to kind of present. Although it's been a minute since I've watched it, but we did watch it for our revisited series that we're doing. Chat, I can't actually remember.
Yeah, that's fun.
I see another guild in chat about a volcano. We'll get to the volcanoes.
Uh-oh.
That's a connection they have.
That is actually a connection that they have.
Dude Blade dropped $10 super chat to say I second Kirby as the next fight. Is this what we're doing now? Y'all are like paying for the one you want. What is that?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna write down.
That's amazing.
Make a note.
Kirby Boo next time for just the. I mean, I don't know if we can do it the very, very next time, but maybe the next one after that. We'll see. But I've got it noted, so we'll get it up sooner than later, I guess.
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Kirby versus Boo. Oh my gosh. Everybody's talking about Kirby versus Boo now. Should we just do that instead of Albert
Just scrap
Wesker
this.
versus Kazuya? Just
Oh,
scrap all the
Kirby.
research that we
would
did,
be
Liam,
really
all those
interesting.
pictures.
That would be really interesting to revisit that.
That one would
Yeah.
probably be a pretty good one to revisit because that was definitely an era where we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
It's right. It holds up. It's current. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
but you could be like, oh, there are different feats we could use or
Sure.
whatever. It's the result of. I'll fight for that episode. I stand for that.
Well, good.
I
I,
wasn't a part
appreciate
of that process, but I stand by that.
Gavin super chat for two. Y'all should do fight compilations, in my opinion. That's honestly something I thought about, was like just compilations of fights. Maybe we'll do that as well. But like I also don't want to just overwhelm you guys with like, let's just re-release our fights all the time. Because like that's not what this channel's about.
Next off season.
Next off season is the fight compilations. Yeah. No, we don't want to just like spam you guys with the same content over and over. That's no. So we're very aware of that.
Are you kidding me? Like the top 10 most controversial death battle fights? Put that video up. Let's go.
Bring back top 10. We can do a top 10. Top 10 death battles that were wrong.
Yeah.
What if we do that?
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
just blast ourselves, steal the wind out from y'all.
Beat him to the punch.
I was waiting for this day.
Okay, we're getting off track. We got it. We're 12 minutes into the show and we haven't even started talking about Wesker and Kazuya.
I know you're trying to get up, but
Yeah.
Doug says Goku losing compilation.
No.
The boof.
Is
Very
it
funny.
It's
just Goku's deaths? Because technically
That's
speaking,
that.
we have had him die in more than just Goku versus Superman.
It's
We
just
could
the
bring in-
lobotomy scene, but with like the vine, like played over and over with the vine boom each
No.
time.
No. No. Oh yeah. We want to really like hammer home this like narrative that like Death Battle hates Goku. We release
We hate
the Goku
hates
death
Goku.
montage. Oh no. Oh, poor
Luis
Goku.
posted on Twitter, and we can get to the thing for real, but just quickly, Luis posted something on Twitter that was like a picture of like a stump Goku, like no arms, no legs, like battle damaged, tired, starved, blindfolded, just like a stump Goku versus like full power Kurama mode Naruto or whatever. And he says like, how the fuck is Goku supposed to win? And I was like, I responded like, no, Goku wins. Goku easily wins that. So do not think that we have some sort of bias against Goku. Goku beats Naruto.
All right.
Stumpy
No
Goku
way. Oh
beats
my
Naruto.
gosh, really?
Don't clip
Wow,
that.
what a
Least
shock.
controversial.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry everybody. Our next death battle, every single episode is just a different version of Goku versus Naruto. Spoilers, he wins them all.
He wins all.
All
of
right.
them.
All right. Let's get into this. Wesker versus Kazuya. So you guys know how this works. We're gonna debate it, me and Liam. And then the winner is decided by our jury, which consists of 3 seats: Chad, Josh, and you all watching this live right now. So let's get into this. Liam.
Yeah.
60 seconds on the clock. Kazuya.
Right.
Why does he lose?
I can't answer that question, Ben.
Way to burn 4
Look, man.
seconds.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Boy.
Kazuya initiates this fight by wave dashing towards Wesker at a respectable fraction of light speed. A sight which is maybe one of the most terrifying things in existence. Hits him with, let's say, the Flash Punch combo or the Electric Wind God Fist. Just like 4 to 5 electrics in a row. Carries him to the wall. Knocks him down. Hits him with the Josh Okizeme. That's the pun I was telling you about, Josh. Steel pedal, and then he's at the wall, so he's just fucking done. And then combo. He's Wesker is plastered. I mean, he's spaghetti sauce at that point. Look, no one here is surprised. Kazuya is significantly stronger, significantly faster, significantly tougher. His abilities are more useful. His devil form is more powerful than Wesker's super form is. He just is a better opponent and beats him.
Thank you, John,
Okay.
for the super chat. Says death battles on weekends would be nice.
You.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about Wesker a little bit. Let's talk about Wesker. It's really kind of simple why Wesker wins this. He has an infinite amount sunglasses. It's just so freaking cool, man. Like, how can you beat somebody who has an infinite amount of sunglasses? You knock them off, you break them, he just takes another one out, regardless of whether or not he's even wearing any clothes. He always has them available to himself. Also, he's like this super genius who was raised as a genetically modified person who was supposed to change the world. And became superhuman because of that. He moves so fast in the blink of an eye that you can't see him. He's incredibly strong. He can out punch Chris Redfield any given day of the week. And we all know how strong Chris Redfield is. He can punch boulders, damn it. And yeah, then he just kind of basically takes over the world with Ebola. Well, it used to be Ebola, but then it becomes this like horrific Ouroboros virus that's basically turns him into allergy.
You know what would actually be sick? Wesker versus Homelander. I think that would actually also be like a sick fight and not unfair.
That'd be interesting.
It's actually like that would actually be pretty close.
We got Liam Pepper in this doubt for everybody. Like that would actually be a good fight for him.
It would be a good one. Yeah. I think yeah. No, I mean, let's just like get down to it. Mike, could you bring up Kazuya 1? Let's just get down to the big feats. Obviously he can punch. Okay. Thanks, Mike. No. Sorry. Kazuya 1. Mike's having a little bit of fun here.
What?
No, Mike. Kazuya 1.
Is that
I don't know what he's
Kazuya
doing here. This is Mike, please, just for a moment. Kazuya 1, you're being a little ridiculous. Stop with the memes. You don't need any more memes. I don't know what Mike is doing. Mike is controlling this. No, Mike. Kazuya 1, Mike. Kazuya 1. I'm just talking about Kazuya feats now. There you go. Okay. Yeah, Chris Redfield can punch a boulder. But look what Devil Jin did to the biggest boulder of them all, the planet Earth. This is in one of the Tekken.
The biggest boulder of them all?
This is the Tekken 8, Devil Jin's Tekken 8 arcade ending, where he flies up into the sky and then shoots a fucking like forehead laser at the Earth. And does that, perhaps changing the result of Ryu versus Jin if we were to do it today. But yeah, like extremely powerful. That's also not at all inconsistent with what Kazuya could do. If you look at Image or Kazuya 3, and then 4, Mike. Oh, what? What are you talking about? What is this nonsense? Kazuya, there you go. Kazuya is able to shoot a forehead laser out of the Earth. It's hard to tell because it's not in motion, but it blows away a shitload of clouds on the surface. And then he uses it to knock out all of the satellites in the sky.
Of course.
And you see them like raining down, like in Kazuya 4, in the next image, Mike. You could see them running down, like falling out of the atmosphere. It even cuts to like different parts of the planet. Like Paul is just like riding down the highway in a motorcycle, like different part of the planet, and you could still see them in the sky falling. So he basically knocks out all of Earth's atmosphere's satellites.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kage, for the 5 memberships.
Pretty
If you guys got
strong.
a membership from Kage, go check out our Discord and say hi in the chat and check out all the membership content we got.
You should. Interesting that you bring up satellites. The so Wesker.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give a basic overview of what we've got for Wesker, because sure, Kazuya is really strong. Kazuya is a billionaire. He's got plenty of money. He's got plenty of power. He's got the devil gene thing going on.
I like that you started with money because remember, in America, that's how we judge power.
Well, it's
with
important
money.
because it's all inherited wealth. He didn't earn any of it.
Damn.
Like his old papa decided to
Comrade Ben.
do all the hard work, and Kazuya just kind of
hopped
on board and
all right,
got it for himself.
Wow.
Basically what I'm getting at is he didn't have to do the real hard smart work, whereas Wesker basically got fucked over by everybody he's ever known. I mean, it's actually kind of similar to Homelander. It's the reason why you bring that up is like Homelander has his interaction with his creator. Wesker has his reaction with his creator.
Oswald Spencer.
It's like that kind of same relationship. Except Wesker is maybe a little even more extreme as he immediately kills his creator and says, "I'm a god." Um, but Wesker was essentially created, sort of, to be the smartest man alive, the most amazing, brilliant man in existence who would usher in the new evolution of humanity. It's a whole fucked up eugenics thing. He's not a good person, but he was genetically modified to have these like basically be a mutant. He essentially has the same idea or the same a similar like mutant powers like um superheroes who are super geniuses, right? He's got the super genius mind mutation and making him the smartest person in the world, essentially. Able to take the progenitor virus, which has existed forever, and mutate it into multiple different strains that can perform multiple different things, trying to create the superhuman. This is how we get the T virus, how we get the tyrants, how we get basically all the zombies in the series, and ultimately the Ouroboros, the Ouroboros virus in Resident Evil 4. This is, or 5. This is the sort of like ultimate version of it, where it kind of turns people into incredibly powerful monsters. So if you're infected with the Ouroboros, you can either be destroyed by it or be chosen by it. Pretty much everybody's destroyed by it. And when it destroys you, it doesn't just kill you. It takes your physical mass and transforms it into something that it possesses. And it can become this like gigantic, monstrous tentacle kaiju, essentially, which is what happens when what's her face? I'm blanking on her name. The hot business lady from that game gets infected by it.
The Latina one?
No. It's Excelia, whatever her name
yeah,
is.
something like that. Her,
Or
yeah.
at least as
I didn't play that game.
Yeah, she basically gets transformed into this massive creature, absorbing other bodies into this gigantic, like mess, like massive flesh.
Yeah.
And
A Tetsuo.
Chris, kind of, Chris, yeah, it's sort of like that. Chris and Sheva are fighting it, and they are incapable of destroying it on their own, so they have to call in the big guns from outer space, a fucking space laser satellite. They summon it multiple times to zap this thing over and over, trying to annihilate it. It doesn't fucking work. The only thing it actually does is kind of pull it apart so they can shoot the heart in the inside of it, because of course it's a video game, so they got a weak spot. So Ouroboros' weak spot is its heart that's like inside its creatures. So, but in order to open it up, you got to blast it with a space laser that would just obliterate anything else, essentially. And it's able to survive multiple blasts from the space laser.
Okay.
By the end of the game, Wesker has Ouroboros in his system. Enough Ouroboros that was originally supposed to coat the entire fucking planet and basically just infect the entire world. And all of that goes to shit because Chris and Jill and Sheva. But he basically gets the missile that was supposed to, I believe, erupt in the atmosphere, puts his arm in it, and is like, all right, it's mine now. And he just absorbs all the Ouroboros into his body and becomes a super monster that he can control. So he has all of that power, capable of surviving what the big monster from before could do, but now he controls it. So I don't think that amount of power is actually going to be necessarily that effective against him. But even if Kazuya is stronger than Wesker, which, to be fair, he probably is, I don't think it's just gonna come down to giant space laser explodes and he dies. Wesker is fucking brilliant, guys. Smarts is what's gonna win this. Cleverness, being able to manipulate people. That is Wesker's true power, his true strength. His ability to manipulate everybody throughout the series. The mind games, the strategies, the outsmarting people who were originally intended to outsmart him. Like, he's just really fucking good at that. Like, that's what he's good at. I mean, there's so much more we can talk about with Wesker. Like, outsmarting the Red Queen, outsmarting all the other Weskers. He's not the only Wesker. There are other Weskers that were supposed to be like the super geniuses, and he was better than all of them. Outsmarting people who are stronger than him. Like there are multiple times when he's been encountered mutants or whatever that are stronger than him at the time. This is before Ouroboros, and he would defeat them by outsmarting them. Lisa Trevor is a great example. Basically, kind of like the first tyrant, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite exact, but it was this big zombie monster lady essentially who was trying to kill him, and he outsmarts her and traps her, and she explodes in the mansion. And he gets out. So his cleverness is something that I don't think Kazuya is going to be able to deal with.
Well, you brought up a couple of interesting points. Let's go by them one by one.
Liam, real quick, before we do that, talking about, really smart man here. He probably does things to save time and make cooking more efficient, wouldn't you say, Ben?
I think, you know what? Now that you say that, it would make a lot of sense for Wesker to subscribe to our first sponsor for today, HelloFresh.
Oh, look at that.
HelloFresh. Whether you're trying to save money, eat better, stress less, or be just really efficient like Albert Wesker, HelloFresh is here to help. Say hello to your most delicious year yet with fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes at prices you'll like, delivered right to your door. HelloFresh makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. And did you know that HelloFresh does more than just dinners? From easy breakfast to start your morning off right, to 10-minute lunches or satisfying snacks both adults and kids will love. HelloFresh has tasty choices for every mealtime occasion. And the best part? No trip to the grocery store required. It just comes to you, baby. You don't have to go anywhere. As someone who is not a fan of cooking, that's me. HelloFresh makes kitchen prep way easier by basically removing it all together. It's all just right there. Like, I cannot stress enough how simple it makes cooking, which is great because I hate cooking. Wesker actually probably likes cooking because he likes putting stuff together. But like, I'm not Wesker. I'm not going to be able to put this stuff together or find all the ingredients or whatever. But they have everything laid out. All the ingredients are already pre-proportioned, and they have this very easy to follow step-by-step recipe for every single thing. It's super great. So go to HelloFresh.com/castfree and use the code castfree for free breakfast for life. It's crazy. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That is free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/castfree with code castfree. Again, thanks to HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
All right, y'all. I have a favor to ask of all of you. Go try HelloFresh, and please take that clip of Ben saying, "It comes to you, baby." And when you sign up, tweet at HelloFresh, Instagram them, tag them, and you tell them that this is what did it. I need that to be a thing. Incredible.
Well, thanks for the tee up, Chad.
Yeah, no problem.
What the hell were we talking about?
We were
Liam's got a
talking.
point. I do this to him all the time. It's always with the ad break. He's about to retort, and I'm like,
oh, right. Liam was going to talk about something important. We were going to
that.
interrupt him and just keep talking about Wesker. Okay, so Wesker. No, go ahead, Liam.
Okay, let's go point by point. So your first point, Wesker has infinite shades. Kazuya has infinite sneakers. This is in his arcade ending of Tekken 8. Yeah. Where it's like the idea is that it's like he's beat, at the end of every arcade ending, it's like you played through the King of Iron Fist and you won the tournament. So it's like a documentary about Kazuya's life, and it's like there's this really beautiful moment. Actually, it's like the only character moment in like 20 years for a Tekken character, where it's like, what are your love and like, do you have any like relationships? And he talks about Jun, and he's like, I was attracted to her because she's strong. And it's like, oh, because Jun's like the embodiment of goodness. And it's like, why are they attracted? It's because Kazuya liked her because she was strong. And it's like such a nice moment. And then it goes, what are your hobbies? And then like a door behind him opens and it's just a room filled with thousands of sneakers. And I was like, okay, that's fucking hilarious. But
like
then
the
if you
Matrix
look
White
back,
Room?
Yes, yeah. If you go back to his Tekken 1 instruction booklet, it goes like Kazuya, like hobbies, collecting sneakers. So it's actually,
Oh my God.
it's consistent.
This has been
So-
a thing.
Wow.
Yes. So,
Why did I
so
never know this?
Kazuya has infinite sneakers. Second of all, I really don't think you should be comparing Umbrella Corp with G Corporation. Like, who is the better businessman? Who has the better resources? Umbrella, like, okay, Umbrella fucked up one little city, Raccoon City, and then was like fucking shat on by the US government and fell apart. Like, Resident Evil 4 starts off with saying Umbrella Corp is done, right? And yeah, Wesker was able to build a new one, but like, the US government was able to take it down. G Corp waged a fucking world war against the Mishima Zaibatsu. The amount of resources they have, I don't even know what company they are. Like, I don't know what they do. Biogenetics or something, I assume, because they like helped bring Kazuya back to life. But no, like, there's no competition. And in terms of intelligence, like, what's he gonna do?
Real quick clarification. Wesker doesn't actually own Umbrella Corp. He just worked for them. And actually, the plot of the first one is about him undermining Umbrella.
Yes,
He's going off to work for a different company, which I don't think is ever named. I don't know if we ever actually find out what that company is.
The one that in Tekken in Resident Evil 5.
He makes a new company afterwards. It's like Tricell or something like that. Yeah, Tricell. That's his thing later on. But Umbrella, he just worked for Umbrella, and then was like when they helped form Stars and helped his training. So he's a part of Stars. So he's like a super soldier essentially because of that. And they had the whole plan or whatever. But he basically tried to undermine Umbrella and succeeded. Technically, even though everything exploded.
I think even if Wesker was the CEO of Umbrella, he would not be able to wage a world war against a company like G Corp. Kazuya was able to sway.
Forgotten Son says, "I'm gonna crease his J's." You gotta watch out for that. That's a weakness if you go after the sneakers.
I don't know what that means. So there you go. I have one pair of shoes.
Hold on.
When people say your Jordans are fake,
and they say Liam got 3 shades of whiter that day. Look at
So many clips get
turned on another light there.
I was gonna say that, but you know, I figured that was like, I was like, nope, no clue. No siree, Bob.
Anyway,
what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Kazuya is a strategic genius in a way that he was able to manage that world war against Jin and Heihachi. He was able to defeat his father. I don't think he like has the same. He doesn't have the same like mastery of biology and like genetics and science like that Wesker does. But Wesker's not going to build a fucking anti-Kazuya gun and shoot him. Like his intelligence, Wesker's intelligence is in scheming, is in like planning ahead and setting up events that benefit him, working from the shadows. There's no shadows to work with here. He has to fight Kazuya, and he's going to get pounded.
Wesker's intelligence is also in developing bioweapons. He created the T-Virus and Ouroboros.
That's great, but it's not really helpful in a fight.
Well,
like,
actually, about that, so question, I saw somebody ask this earlier, and I'm curious to know this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would Wesker be able to infect Kazuya? Could he turn Kazuya into a zombie?
Ouroboros just requires a touch. All he has to do is touch Kazuya, and he's infected.
I disagree.
All he has to do.
Ooh, interesting.
Because Kazuya has the devil gene, and has been shown the devil gene is able to repel outside infections and like outside energies. It's able to like purge that sort of energy from him. I don't want to get too much into it because it's kind of into spoilers territory, but the devil gene I think would be more than capable of fighting off any infection by the T-Virus or the Ouroboros or whatever.
And it's fought off parasites specifically before.
I don't think it's fought off parasites, but remember, it's like Kazuya has chi that can just vaporize things. Like he does have like chi energy that emanates from him and that can vaporize things. So I think if any sort of parasite got close to his body, he would just go like, and then like just like disintegrate it. I don't think that that's like a reliable win con. maybe
lol
something
Devil
interesting could
Gene
happen.
is a thing in Tekken a lot. You know, it's like,
Yeah, and yeah, we should consider the Devil Gene as well. No, we're not counting it. Okay, that's sure. I don't know if the I I don't necessarily want to get into the spoilers. But I am not entirely sure if the Devil Gene. I guess the Ouroboros is just such a potent virus. It is essentially like the ultimate like um evolution or forced evolution really
Mhm.
of the progenitor virus. And it's if I don't know, it's hard for me to buy that it's not going to be able to infect Kazuya. Now what it would do to Kazuya is a little
That's my question. Like, what if it does? Like,
unknown,
does Kazuya get BOW powers? Like, okay,
because
then
it is
Wesker's more
possible
fucked.
that it just turns him into a BOW. Though if it does, then it would basically make him
stronger.
it would make him stronger, but it would also make him dumber.
Got it.
Because so Wesker is able to control it because of different things. He's basically injected a lot of stuff into himself over the years. He is immune to the T virus because of this specific serum he takes before Resident Evil 1. He gets infected with he gets I think it's Ouroboros. I can't remember exactly what it is that he has in Resident Evil 5 that he takes a serum to control it. The way they defeat Wesker, the way they defeat Wesker is pretty interesting because they can't defeat him. It's impossible to defeat him without like sabotaging his abilities. And in order to do that, they actually have to trick him into overdosing on the serum that allows him to control the stuff that he's infected with. So because he's overdosed on it, he's unable to control it as well as he can, although he still can control it because he's still the final boss of RE5. And in that game, you shoot him in the face with rocket launchers multiple times and he doesn't fucking die. You throw him into a fucking volcano and he doesn't freaking die. Like, and that's when he's weakened. So in his full power state, no problem. Like any of that stuff would have no problem.
I want to point out, like, it's impossible for them to beat Wesker. It's impossible for Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine and Sheva, I don't remember her last name, to beat Wesker because they're ostensibly humans. Yeah, they're superhuman because they have superhuman feats, but they're humans. Kazuya is so much more powerful. Like, just way more. You were sort of establishing a connection between a satellite laser and Kazuya's eye beams. Mike, could you bring up image? I'm so sorry. Image.
Kubert, Wesker
6.
was outsmarted.
Kazuya
It was
6.
because of Jill, I believe. Jill was under his control at the time because of the virus, but they were able to like counter it because she also has a bunch of things injected into her. Welcome to Resident Evil. And so she was able to kind of like get if I recall correctly, she was able to get the overdose set up.
So in Tekken 7, while Kazuya is fighting Akuma on top of the G Corp building, Heihachi shoots a fucking satellite laser at Kazuya and Akuma and just nukes the entire building, like completely vaporizes it. Then Kazuya just casually shoots an I-beam and destroys the satellite. This is before the Tekken 8 like intro cutscenes where he then does that to all of Earth's satellites at the same time. Kazuya is like 100 like orbital satellites combined into one. Mike, could you bring up image what's this one? Image 2? This is just when he's fighting Devil Jin in the city in the beginning of Tekken 8. That's the width of one of his like casual like forehead laser beams. Those are buildings in the background.
Yeah, Wesker's healing factors totally got that. He's fine.
I also think that he gets a couple of like...
He got stabbed by a super tyrant. He was fine. That's comparable.
He also has a couple of cool abilities too, like he can fly so fast that he exits the atmosphere within seconds. There's actually a bunch of different feats where they do that, not only in Tekken 8 but in Tekken like
that's
other
cool.
ones,
Wesker
like
can jump about 100 feet into the air.
He has telekinesis, so he can just launch Wesker into space if he wanted to, or hold him in place and then just shoot lasers at him, which is kind of a thing that they do. I think that he has like a lot of versatility and is more than powerful enough to just vaporize Wesker before Wesker inevitably uses Tricell to build an anti-Kazuya gun.
So we talked a lot about like their power and all that stuff, but OB500 is like, are Wesker and Kazuya even similar speed wise? I would love to know that as well.
Oh,
like
good
we're
question.
looking at.
Wesker's speed is kind of like his main thing, right? He
Right.
moves so fast it looks like he's teleporting.
Yeah.
He is certainly hypersonic, certainly fast enough to dodge gunfire instantaneously. Essentially, there's no build up; just you fire a gun, bam, he's gone. It's practically teleportation. I'm not gonna lie and say that he's light speed, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Light speed, light.
We don't know he's not.
Well, we don't. Yeah, there's nothing to prove that he isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, just going back to like Geese versus Heihachi, they're like the satellite laser that they all can react to and block. Was like 20% the speed of light, and I'm not even counting the feats that I've shown you already, where he flies into the atmosphere in 3 seconds. The laser beam that he shoots out exits the atmosphere and goes into space in like 2 seconds. Like that's going to be relativistic. I think I've even heard some some calculations of the like Tekken 8 feats get him into like light speed or faster than light territory, which is not super surprising. He's like he's doing feats that are like Dragon Ball character kind of stuff. He's much faster than Wesker.
Gotcha.
This fight was more even like a year ago. Like it was still a stomp, but like it was more justifiable. You know, you could be like, yeah, I eyeball it.
Well, I don't know. We still, I still think there's
right.
a few things to keep in mind.
I haven't convinced you yet
with Wesker.
Gotcha.
So, let's see.
Also, Lily, thank you for the super chat. I'm not reading that because I don't know if it's spoilers or not. So,
we want to.
I'm not spoiling anything from like anything past the demo in Tekken 8. Or a couple of arcade.
Let's talk about lava a little bit. Let's talk about how
it's what the floor is.
Wesker actually dies. So, in order to kill Wesker, a lot of things had to happen. They had to overdose him on a serum. They had to shoot him in the face multiple times, including with a rocket launcher, which they fired the rocket at him from, it was like 20 feet away, maybe 30 feet, and he caught it. He caught it. He was holding it in front of his face, and they shot the rocket and blew up in his face. He's fine. Then they have to like shove him out of the helicopter they're in by shooting him in the face several times. He falls into a volcano. That's not enough to kill him. They have to go into the volcano, find him, and that's when he takes the Ouroboros and becomes Super Wesker. He's basically Alex Mercer at that point. There's tentacles everywhere. He can basically grab a helicopter and throw it around. He can create gigantic tendril monstrosities that come out from underneath the volcano. The only way they beat him is they have to basically shoot him enough to tear the tendrils of the Ouroboros mutation aside to reveal its heart, because again, weak spot for video game, and then just hope and get lucky that the ground underneath his feet will just happen to break away and he falls into the volcano. That's how he dies. They have to like get extremely lucky and have him fall into the volcano. And even after he falls into the lava, which is supposed to be the Ouroboros' weakness, they mention that it's supposed to be weak to heat. He's still fine. He's still able to like fight while in lava. It's not actually killing him. They have to basically blow him up while in lava and push him under it in order to disintegrate him. Like, I don't know if Kazuya is going to be able to do that before Wesker can outsmart him, can like do something that's clever to get the Ouroboros on him, because I do think the Ouroboros will have a chance to infect and destroy Kazuya, because there's a certain character that you can possess, or that Wesker can possess with the Ouroboros, who has resisted being possessed by things before.
Well, Ben, I really want to hear about that, but first I need to tell everybody about something that they need to possess.
All right.
Okay, and that is our next sponsor, Raycon. This episode is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon is premium audio at the perfect price point, so you can listen to the tunes you want, where you want, without breaking the bank. Raycon's everyday earbuds, which I have, look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me, no, for real. Y'all, I get so stoked whenever we have a Raycon sponsor. I have had these for, I think, years now. Since they sent it to me, I use them every single day. They are very aptly named. They will not budge your ears when you get them in there. I sleep with them to listen to like my audiobooks and stuff. I use them all the time doing chores, whatever. I absolutely love these things. The sound quality is amazing. There are 3 different sound profiles you can switch between, so you find something that works for you. They even have like I'm blanking on the name of it, but like the like audio enhancements where the microphone will pick up and so you can still be listening, but also like not block out sound, or they block out sound pretty good when you don't have that on. It's amazing. They offer 8 hours of playtime with a 32-hour battery life. They're priced just right. Quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder that Raycon's everyday earbuds have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. Again, I love these earbuds so much. They have destroyed any other listening device that I have ever owned. I will have them forever, it feels like, because I have not seen a decline in battery life over years. They still sound just as good as the first day I put them on. So as a Death Battle viewer / listener, click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/cast to get 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. Again, that's click the link in the description or buyraycon.com/cast to get 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. Go do it. Everybody needs a good set of listening device, and these earbuds are the best that I have ever used, and I will use them forever. And they've been a long-time supporter of the show, so go get some. They're great.
They also agree that Wesker should win because I would like to talk about how, or at least mention that in Dead by Daylight, the Ouroboros can infect Ash Williams. And that's pretty groovy because Ash was able to withstand being possessed by Deadites. So that's pretty cool. Also, in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, in the arcade ending, Wesker captures the Phoenix and plans to experiment on her. So that's pretty fucking dope, too. So good luck.
Interesting.
Project X Zone.
I also saw
the
earlier people were
boss-
talking about how like Wesker's way more higher tier in UMVC 3 than Kazuya is in Tekken.
Yeah, he's like way up there. You wanna actually compete in that game? You play Wesker.
Kazuya's actually, yeah, he's not super high tier in Tekken 7.
There you
I
go,
don't think
guys.
he's super high tier in any of them.
You really should vote for the high tier.
Jin is in Tekken 3. Jin is like the first or second best character in Tekken 3.
I mean, I know we love the low tiers, but like
it's not a low tier.
at the end of the day, this is a betting game. You got to bet on the winner.
Kazuya's interesting because like he has so few like moves that you need to use as part of your game plan, but because of it's easy to learn those moves, but they're hard execution, and your opponent can learn what you're going to do very easily. So he's easy to counter.
Wesker's brilliant. He could figure it out before it even happens. So
that being said, Doria, electric, hell sweep, steel pedal, Doria. Also Project X Zone, if you want to bring in stupid ass fucking Marvel scaling.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll bring in Project X Zone where the boss is going to merge like an infinite number of universes together. It's a fucking multiversal, and you can beat them as any of the characters. So yeah, take that.
I
Ben.
didn't mention Galactus or anything because I thought I would stick
Take
to
that,
what like
Ben.
actually
I
happens
have
with this
2
character.
pairs of sunglasses.
Well, that's just
motherfucker.
absurd. You know, Wesker
Yeah.
has an infinite number of shades, but he doesn't wear them all at the same time.
Yeah,
he's
I'm not seeing
classy,
him.
man.
I'm not seeing shit. I have 1 pair of sneakers, and Kazuya's got an infinite number of pairs of sneakers,
Well,
but I got 1.
there
That's
you
all
go.
I need to kick your ass.
Hey.
One of those shoes
Okay.
going up your butt.
Ben, I've never realized this in all of our years of friendship. But when we're talking about Wesker and you had those sunglasses on, dude, you could rock a Wesker cosplay. I'm just letting you know. Like you could
Absolutely.
really do it.
Nice.
Read Discord.
Right?
because-
Get this
Just slick
man
the hair back.
a leather jacket. Yeah, dude, it would be
yeah,
so
dude,
good.
Yeah.
Thick grind.
And he's sort of got that Hugo Weaving look, right?
Have you seen that clip
Yeah.
from Red Letter Media, Ben, where they're watching the Resident
Yeah,
Evil
see?
movie?
Oh, there we go. There we
I'm
go.
telling you.
Yeah. I actually can't see.
This is terrific.
Right?
Oh.
I'm telling you, like Ben can kill it. Thick Grimes dropped
That's great.
$5, so the super chat he says $5 just because you mentioned Ash.
There we go. Well, good
Worth
to know.
it.
I'll mention Ash every time we do one of these now. Okay, so we do need to get to the vote here. I think this is a pretty open and shut case.
Me too.
Wesker's got this, man.
Also,
but
Josh,
I am curious, Josh or Chad, if you guys have any questions we want to like end off on before we get to the community stuff.
Josh, all you, man.
I mean, questions? Not really.
What are?
can I clarify something for you,
No?
Josh? Just to make
You
clear.
feeling pretty good about
So-
Wesker? Feeling pretty good about that old owl?
Feeling
So-
good about something.
Can I clarify something for you, Josh?
Mhm.
Just make everything clear before I make decisions. When
Yeah,
I said
yeah, yeah.
Josh Okizeme before,
Mhm.
your last name is Kazemi. Okizeme is a fighting game term that deals with like the game plan for when somebody's on the ground and getting up. And Kazuya is like an Okizeme monster. Like he's designed to like knock someone down and then just keep them down, hitting them. So that's the pun I was talking about because
You
your
know, a
last name
pun is
Kazemi.
really good when it takes
Okizeme.
full
Explain it a lot.
40 seconds to
Okizeme.
Yeah.
explain
Yeah.
it.
I think it's pretty
Mhm.
good. I think Chad appreciates it.
I
I think Chad knows what Okizeme is. You guys like it? You guys like it?
All right. Well, let's get to this vote. And we're going
Whoa.
to start,
Ben.
though.
Eamon Stamp says Ben didn't even mention Wesker's best thing. He has a gun.
I didn't because the gun doesn't matter. The gun is just like a flaunt against Chris, right? Like, that's the idea behind it. But he does have a gun. Oh, to be
When
fair,
Heihachi-
Kazuya doesn't use a gun. Yeah, fuck it.
When
Yeah,
Heihachi
he's
shot
just
Jin,
gonna gun
Boom,
Kazuya.
done.
he turned him
Now
into
what?
Devil Jin. So I think that would just Wesker would take out the gun, shoot Kazuya, and then Kazuya would turn devil form.
Then he would just shoot him again.
Yeah.
It's got
And
multiple
then he turned into
bullets.
true devil form.
Then he shoots him again. It's got more than 3 bullets.
No, it doesn't.
I'm pretty sure it does. All right, cool. Thank you for bringing that up. He just guns him to death. Okay, let's get to the community answers that you guys sent us before the show. So let's go ahead and bring up the first one.
Josh, why don't you go ahead and read these, man? I've been talking a lot. Go for it.
Yeah. Gamer Boy says Wesker, duh, he's so much faster and smarter.
Fucking
So there's that.
owned. Shit, what am I gonna do? That's bad.
I mean, accurate.
Fuck.
All right, let's go ahead and see what we got for the loser, the obvious loser,
Oh, yeah.
Kazuya.
Kazuya is not gonna sugarcoat it and air juggles Wesker with 5 electrics in a row.
Okay, we're all on the same page. I look
like
like
these
I
answers.
look like those enemies from Dark Souls, like the like church guys with the because they have the multiple eyes. You guys don't play Dark Souls. If Sam was here,
No. You're getting some sort of like an insect vibe.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because Ben's
Okay.
gonna be bugging out when he loses.
Some of the best answers we've ever had submitted. Thank you guys so
Great.
much.
Yeah,
That
those
was
were
great.
yes. Those are good. Those are good. Really eye-opening. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up the first vote, which is going to be the poll from the community page before the show. So set the tone here.
Ooh,
Lord,
72%.
Kazuya.
Mhm.
Kazuya takes 72%, earning the
Fucking cool he
first
is.
vote. Okay.
Red eye.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That was before the show, right? So,
Right.
don't have all the context, all the obvious, reasons why.
Oh, Kazuya does have a gun. You can get a gun in Tekken 7. You can customize your character and give them a gun. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Thank
is
you,
it from
Discord.
because of law? That's why that
Yeah,
exists.
you
see.
can like
Okay,
give your
before
character a
before you
gun.
guys vote, just remember in Dead by Daylight when
think so.
Wesker fights people, one of the people that you can kill is Nicolas Cage. So I mean,
Oh,
nobody
wow.
can kill Nicolas
Oh,
Cage, but
that's
Wesker
true.
can. So that's pretty impressive. All right, I'm gonna
Can't
bring
handle
up
any more
the
twists.
poll.
Just a dude says hot take. I don't think Sam tried with those answers. Sam's
right,
not even here and
look.
he's getting blasted.
That's
Guys.
amazing.
Wesker is going to turn Kazuya into a gibble sandwich. I guarantee you. So let's please get to this vote. Please vote Wesker. Chad, who are you voting for?
Well, Ben,
Wesker?
you really tried, but I could feel your desperation throughout all of the tactics you tried to implement. So while I do appreciate your effort, I will be going with Kazuya this time.
Wesker. Oh, I heard it too, guys. He said Wesker.
I Wesker. I heard Wesker.
I heard it. That's weird. Count it.
All right, fine. 2 votes for Kazuya. That's fine. Josh, you got my back, right? Right, Josh? That pun was
well,
terrible.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm a simple man, and I do like the sound of my own name. Hard to deny. You know, Liam told me it was coming up before we even started, so the hype was real for me. And
You know, Wesker's name
came
is
through.
Josh Wesker, right?
I liked it. So
Yeah.
I'm going. Go Kazuya.
Wesker isn't your middle name or anything?
No, unfortunately not. No.
How about Albert?
Nope.
Wait, so you're voting for
For Kazuya.
shit. Well, I feel betrayed, but that's all right. Okay, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
appreciated the journey, Ben. I did.
You know what? There's still one more vote. So one more vote. Maybe if I can't win over you guys, I can win over the community, the real
The back of my head
blood
hurts.
of this whole channel. And we have exactly 72% of your vote. for
And wait,
Kazuya.
what was the community? What percentage?
72%?
No, what was the previous one? The pre
72%.
72%.
72%.
No way! Yo, this may be the first time in cast history that you are not able to influence anyone.
Hey, Bill Mozart voted for me. Thank you, Bill.
I'm not
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got one person in my corner.
sugarcoat it.
Wow.
Doria.
Well,
Doria.
okay. So maybe Wesker doesn't really stand that much of a chance against Kazuya in this form of a fight. Maybe there's a way we can spin this so it's a little bit more even.
There actually is.
I'm waiting for the suggestion.
I'd have to spoil the end of Tekken 8.
Okay, so yep, nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but there
So,
actually is.
at the end of Tekken 8, when he becomes Wesker Jr.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, Wesker Jr. version,
Mini
Kazuya
Wesk.
could absolutely fight Wesker. That makes sense. Yeah.
I like
Um,
the back of my head hurts because my eyes are trying to focus through like.
That's why you
two
wear these things the whole
shades.
fucking time.
So like
take
it's
'em off.
actually I can feel it like straining like in like the cerebellum area.
Okay.
It hurts
Worth
so much. My eyes are in pain. Okay.
Well, congratulations.
Oh my god, they feel so much better. I've kind of like done damage. Okay.
People are saying this is
Congratulations.
your least earned sweep, Liam, is what people are saying.
Kazuya sweeps. Thank you, Jack of all trades, for the super chat.
I've suggested this one before Tekken 8 feeds came out. I just want to
Well,
point that out.
Jack of all trades says, I know this matchup is a big stomp, but even with that, I still want to see it happen because I like this matchup that
It would be a
much.
cool
That's
fight.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would
so
be definitely cool.
cool.
Like you said at the beginning, Liam, these are characters that would be perfect for death battle. There's so much to talk about and to explore in terms of a death battle. So I mean, maybe even if it is kind of a stomp, it could still be a really fun episode. I would want to make sure that there's some element to it that still, presents a little bit of a mystery, I guess, to the overall scenario, as opposed to just like, yeah, everybody knows how this is going to end. But I don't know. Maybe there's something we could do with it.
I think that I can say just for myself, I'm confident I would be able to write a really, really fun, engaging like battle that avoids the like. We're not going to do any like planet busting feats, we're not going to show that fucking clip of Devil Jin below the planet. It would be because also it's still Tekken, right? Like there's still dudes fighting, like hand to hand. So
absolutely. And
it would be
Wesker's
mostly
combat scenes are so ridiculous because he is he may not be like the superhuman that Kazuya is, but he is like a master martial artist or whatever. He knows multiple martial arts, and anytime he takes on Chris, there's a few sequences in RE5, I think, where he fights Chris where it's just ridiculous how athletic Wesker is. It's crazy. And he just like bodies Chris, no problem. So who's like
Wesker,
the strong guy.
He's kind of like Homelander in that like you kind of don't mind seeing him get fucking murdered, like it's,
Wesker. Oh, sure, yeah.
People are bringing
Wesker's
bringing up
a terrible
Homelander
person.
and SpongeBob.
No one's gonna be
Aquaman,
like weeping. We're gonna be like, fuck yeah, Wesker. You would also lean into how much of a prick he is.
Yeah, if the episode leans into just how horrible, because at least Kazuya has like some relatable motivations, right?
Yes. Kazuya isn't cruel for cruelty's sake. He's just
Yeah,
like
Wesker is maybe
power
even less relatable than Homelander. And Homelander's already like you
hungry.
pity him, but it's like a fuck you pity.
Yeah, hate pity.
Like there's really no way. I guess you can kind of have a similar hate pity for Wesker because like he was raised into the environment, but like he's just such a fucking dick. Yeah, he's such a terrible person. Okay, yeah. I think there's definitely some options to bring these guys into a death battle. It would be super fascinating for sure. Let us know, in the comments, in the chat and whatnot, what you think would be a good matchup or a good episode for these guys, or what you would want to see from an episode with these two together. Because I'm very curious if this is an episode you guys want to see in the upcoming season or later on down the line. That being said, thank you, champions, for joining us this week and for jumping into the chat. We got a couple other super chats coming in, which is great. Really appreciate those.
Thank you, Joe, for once again trying to get more information about season 11 with the super chat. We will let you know when it's done. And Riley,
yes.
thank you.
Yeah, we will. We don't want to like you guys know how this is for us. We absolutely don't want to like hide things from you or try to like keep things a secret until the last minute or whatever. We are gonna let you know when we have like really solid news for you about like when season 11 is going to air and whatnot. Just know that it's probably going to happen a little bit later on in the year than usual. So that's like the main thing at the moment. But we are working on it. We got some really fun episodes in the works right now. We actually just finished up a script review meeting, like really going behind the scenes a little bit of an episode that Josh is writing right now, which is super freaking fun. Really love it. I'm excited to share that with you guys down the line. So anyway, all right, before I spoil something, we got a timer on it. We got to wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Yep.